Karl Gerber and Employment Lawyers Group.
Talk Radio 790 KABC. You're listening to the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and I'm Karl Gerber, a real workplace lawyer. You know what? There's a lot of pissed off and angry people around, and I'm one of them. And I've got a guest here tonight. I hope I treat her right.
Don't you know who I am?
As I understand things, and as we all know, I've had quite a bit of trouble screening my guests, let alone getting decent guests. But I'm informed you might have a case of age discrimination.
You really don't know who I am?
Do any of us really know who we are?
That sounds like an older guy I used to date. He called it exaholism.
I think the word is existentialism.
I used to party with Mick Jagger.
Is that your claim to fame?
Come on, Moondoggy. You must have seen my show.
What kind of a show did you do?
I was just a kid then.
Good. I was getting concerned. You were going to tell us about some X-rated show you did at Studio 54.
That's the thing. I never had to pay to get into any club. They saw a 6-foot blonde in boots. I'm only 6 feet with boots. Nowadays, I have to pay extra.
Are you insinuating that it's age discrimination now that you have to actually pay for things like the rest of us?
It is, but that's not why I'm in here.
Don't tell me there's no AA meeting tonight. And now that you have to pay for things, you don't have the gas money to head over to Morongo Casino.
Wow, I didn't know you were so rude.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I've had a string of guests come in here and say they floated in by mistake. They were going to drink brandy with brandy for Mother's Day, but it wasn't Mother's Day, so they landed up here.
I just wanted to be back in the scene.
What scene?
It feels good to be in front of the mic again.
If I were the Howard Stern show here, someone would make a comment that there are places where the mic might feel better.
Howard Stern, yes. Because I was wearing cute shoes, I got invited up in a helicopter with Howard Stern when he first started getting big in 1991.
I guess the shoes were really cute.
I didn't look like this then.
I just don't really see the correlation between cute shoes and a helicopter ride.
You didn't? Dang, I feel like a drunk.
Maybe I wasn't right about the AA meeting.
I've been sober for about 6 years now, on and off. Mostly off the hard stuff, just beer and wine and champagne.
Fascinating. Not really.
When I was on that show, actually before I was on the show, the studio flew my whole family to California because my brother was on that other show.
I don't really care.
Back then, ABC Studio used to put up families in the Sportsman's Lodge. Now, do you care?
Yes, but I already knew that.
Imagine they're gonna put a shopping mall there now. Do you have any comments on that, Mr. Gerber?
It might save the rest of the hotel. It's been a lodge since the 1880s. Maybe someday they will upgrade the hotel. But on the other hand, I'm not sure there will be takers for retail space at $6+ a foot.
Now do you recognize me?
Actually, you might have been a waitress at Billingsley.
No!
I'm trying to think. Dupars before they closed in Studio City? Were you the one who had worked there for like 50 years? Maybe not. She had a smoother complexion than you.
50 years? You think I'm 50, don't you?
I don't mean to offend you, but I don't think you're 50.
Then you think I'm a hot chick.
Seriously? You haven't been 50 in some time.
It hasn't been that long.
Oh, how long has it been?
I can't answer that question. Well, I have a Wikipedia entry. You could look me up.
For age discrimination, you have to be over 40. There is nothing offensive about trying to confirm your age to determine the validity of the age discrimination case and whether the people doing the discrimination are substantially older than you. There are many factors for age discrimination, though.
Okay, I'm 58.
Oh.
What do you mean, oh?
Oh, nothing really. The Sportsman's Lodge. Yeah. What was it like when you first went there?
Why does it seem like you're trying to change the subject?
If we dwell on your age all night, it won't be fun.
No, it isn't. Do you know what they said?
Who?
Hashbin.
Who is Hashbin?
The manager.
We need to know what your manager said as long as it's age-related.
It is. She said I wasn't aging graciously.
Well, that does sound offensive. What did you do?
I went online. What else am I supposed to do?
Did you go online and file charges with the Department of Fair Housing and Employment? A lot of lay people, they try to file with the EEOC, but the DFEH, that's the Fair Employment and Housing. It's a state version, and the state discrimination laws are better than federal discrimination laws. If we go another 4 years, maybe, there won't be any federal discrimination laws left at all.
I didn't do none of that EEOC or DFEH thing.
Then what did you do online? File a complaint with Human Resource Department in your company?
What would the point have been? Hashbin is the human resource manager.
Was there anyone above her?
Waist Up is the director of HR. She's somewhere in Alabama. Should I have emailed her?
Alabama? Maybe not worth it. Do they even have anti-discrimination laws there?
Probably not. I do know they have the Alabama Slammer.
Well, isn't that a pancake meal at Denny's?
I don't go there. In 2001, they asked me if I wanted the 55 and older discount.
Oh, that's odd. You were only 40 then.
I was in my 30s then. No, 43.
And 2001 was 18 years ago? That would make you 61 now.
I must have gone to Denny's the later part of 2001.
Well, then you'd be 60 now.
I would? Then it must have been 2005. I remember 9/11 had just happened, and I was dating a guy from Pakistan. He was going to be my manager, and everybody said...
Maybe it wasn't 9/11. It was the Summer Olympics back in L.A., and you were 20 then.
You might be right, but in 1984, I didn't look a day over 25.
On a serious note, notwithstanding all the problems with Alabama, the racism, the civil rights movement starting there because of the racism, the recent law that affects women, you should contact Waist Up. Be exact on the ageist harassment, discrimination. Put it in writing. If they fire you, there'll be a record of your complaint.
Back in the 70s, when they came out with the Alabama Slammer, my agent wanted me to pose with Brett Favre.
Denny's has been serving the Alabama Slammer that long?
Now, if there's anything I'm an expert on, besides men, it's drinks. I know exactly what alcohol Denny's has served, and they never served an Alabama Slammer.
Well, this is sort of embarrassing. I thought the Alabama Slammer was an angel cake.
Actually, it's a prison in Mobile, where they send all the super bad racists. It's a level 5.
Seriously?
I fooled Gerber. Something he didn't know.
I'm looking up the Alabama Slammer on my phone right now. It says the Playboy Bartender's Guide from 1971 included it. It is perhaps the most fruity drink of the 70s.
1 ounce Southern Comfort, 1 ounce slow gin, 1 ounce amaretto, 2 ounces fresh orange juice. I usually triple the slow gin, quadruple the Southern Comfort, and put a teaspoon of orange juice in. I had one this morning.
What a coincidence.
Doorship, man. That's not the only thing I drank this morning.
Oh, brother. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and we've got a guest who's supposed to be talking about age discrimination. I cannot figure out her age. You do have to be over 40 for age discrimination, and it certainly sounds like she is. That wasn't very nice, but remember, I'm an angry person. So if you want to talk to me at the office about a real age discrimination case, I can be reached at 877-525-0700 normal business hours. If you want to talk to me about a sex discrimination case, I do those too, 877-525-0700, or you were not paid your wages at Turnkey Vacation Rentals or FPI Management. I'd like to hear from you. We have actions already pending. 877-525-0700. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio, 790 KABC. Back in just 1 minute.
Why'd you have to go and OD? Who will watch over Mrs. Beasley? Yeah, Buffy, come back to me. Why'd you have to go and...
Since 1993, the Employment Lawyers Group has been a consistent force in fighting for the rights of California employees. They've represented thousands of employees in cases in which they've lost their jobs, been sexually harassed, discriminated against at work, or owed wages individually or as a group such as a class action. The Employment Lawyers Group has maintained a high win rate and a serious record before the California courts. Please call 877-525-0700 for an experienced work lawyer. That's 877-525-0700. They have call takers standing by. Online, research the firm at worklawyerca.com. They have offices throughout Southern California. If you hire the Employment Lawyers Group, your legal problem becomes theirs to solve.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage, $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-569-5440. That's 1-800-569-5440. You're probably paying more than you should. Call Term Busters, 1-800-569-5440, or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-569-5440. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
Message and data rates may apply. Up to 8 messages a month. TNC and privacy policy found at purple.com. Reply help for help or stop to cancel.
Not to brag, but the Purple mattress is a pretty big deal. And so is our Purple Memorial Day sale. For a limited time, get up to $100 off and a free set of luxury Purple sheets when you buy a mattress. That's up to $229 in savings. Our biggest sale ever. What makes Purple such a big deal? It's the only mattress that gives your back the firm support it needs and the soft comfort you crave at the same time. No matter your body type or favorite sleep position. Dreading those hot summer nights? Purple's one-of-a-kind comfort technology naturally stays cool all night so you don't sweat the bed. Not to mention it isolates motion, is non-toxic, and is made right here in the USA. Because the best rest of your life starts on Purple.
Don't miss out on Purple's humongous Memorial Day sale. Get $100 off and free sheets by texting SUPPORT to 84888. Shop the best deal yet by texting SUPPORT to 84888. That's SUPPORT to 84888.
The proud home of Ben Shapiro. Weekdays, 3 to 6 AM 790 KABC.
This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show. I'm Karl Gerber. This is Talk Radio 790 KABC, and I've got a washed-up guest in studio tonight, and I don't think she'd get life insurance. I gotta tell you something here, miss. Wait, you were going to be in a picture about the Alabama Slammer. When did it first come out?
I don't know if it was when it first came out, but the drink was new.
The drink was new. I guess it was a friendly drink that could be photographed with kids surrounding the quarterback imbibing a bright-colored alcoholic drink.
I wasn't a kid then. I was already all developed. I had lots of boyfriends by then. I was even engaged.
How old were you?
I was almost an adult.
17?
Right, 17.
In 1971?
I couldn't have been 17. I was still in that show then. and I was in junior high.
What show were you on?
I was on a lot of shows, not just one.
Would I have seen any of these shows?
I was the girl sitting next to Tabitha whenever they showed her in school.
I guess I'd have to find those episodes, scroll through the school scene, and then maybe I'd see you.
Yeah, you would. I was on camera for almost a minute in one of those scenes.
Did you say anything?
Once I did, but it got cut. You know, a lot of things get cut.
Yeah, that's the problem with recording these shows live. We can't cut anything.
I think if you didn't record live, most of your show would be cut.
Why?
That's sort of like asking me how old I am.
Wow, Shep, you're retaliating!
That's what would happen if I told Waist Up. It was a bad enough thing when Hashbin found out I was upset when she said I wasn't aging gracefully.
You started to tell us that you went online after that comment, but you never told us what you did.
I ordered Dr. Zhivago the notary's miracle cream for my wrinkles. What else was I supposed to do? I needed to melt away 30 years in 30 minutes for $30 a minute.
That formula is $900?
Unfortunately.
Then I presume it didn't work.
At first it burned. I figured it was burning away all the years, all the vodka, all the cheating men, all the binging, all the destruction from the diet pills, all the wrinkles, all the Salem lights, the Bud lights, the wine coolers, the gin, the Coke. Should I continue?
It's okay. I happen to have some Benson Hedge 100s. I don't usually condone smoking, but under these circumstances, maybe you could go outside, light up your lungs with cancerous materials, cough a bit, and put on another 40 years.
Benson and Hedges 100s. They're a thinner and more elegant alternative to cigarettes.
Yes, a thinner and more elegant alternative to cigarettes for women. Oh, this pack is pretty old. They haven't made these in decades.
I haven't aged gracefully. I look like I'm 90. No, 105.
I cannot confirm nor deny those figures.
The weight I've put on. I must weigh. See if you can lift me up.
Actually, I've been doing quite a bit of concrete work lately. A lot of 60, 80, 90-pound bags, even 100-pound bags of sand and concrete fence posts that weigh over 80 pounds and huge pieces of concrete I've had to throw away, not to mention the 1,000 and 1,100-pound bags of rocks. You know, once you get them down to about 500 or 700 pounds, me and another guy, we dump them over into the wheelbarrow.
And your point?
I don't want to throw on my back trying to, I mean, lifting you. They say you could throw a disc lifting a gallon of milk if you abused it like I have.
What does it mean to age gracefully?
Angel, not to change the subject, but could you pick up those clumps of hair that keep falling into the guest mic area? There's a show after this one that uses all the mics. It's not good etiquette to leave hair in the studio.
A 6-month supply of Dr. Zhivago's medium-sized tulip pills, $599.70, plus shipping and delivery, and my hair is still falling out. Do your guests usually leave a lot of hair behind?
Well, hopefully you have given up smoking. I hear that dries your hair out. Could be contributing to the hair issue.
My doctor says there's so much smoke still in my lungs, my hair's gonna be falling out the rest of my life.
Well, hopefully that's a real doctor, not Dr. Zhivago, who's a notary public.
Also a doctor of divinity.
Yes, she has the qualifications to manufacture miracle pills and charge a lot of money for them. She was on episode 38. It was a very funny episode, but few people have viewed it on the Karl Gerber with a K channel on YouTube.
They probably heard enough of her and her southern Dr. Zhivago. Actually, I was surprised my insurance didn't cover the pills.
You thought your insurance would cover Dr. Zhivago's pills? There's probably something with insurance carriers where they are forced to report to the FDA one of their insureds buying those miracle pills.
All my health insurance said was they had to cancel my insurance on account of me buying from Dr. Zhivago.
That doesn't exactly surprise me.
What's the point in having Medigap coverage if they're going to cancel you for buying something just to make you look better?
Oh, not again. It's sort of like life insurance, Angel. They might cancel you if you say you're doing a lot of alligator wrestling.
Oh, that reminds me of when I was dating this guy who had an alligator wrestling show on UHF before Wally George.
Oh, we've really sunk down to the bottom now. Hopefully that relationship didn't last.
Well, it was all a casualty of coke at the time. He was such a wonderful guy. When he got bit and got 123 stitches, and he couldn't even use his thing because he got bit there, too. I stood by him.
Do you think he was the one?
Sometimes I wonder. Before I had to stand by him, we used to go down to the Mutiny Club in Florida. Were you wondering about my nose?
Not really. I assumed it fell apart at some point. The tiny nostrils are sort of the giveaway.
Yeah, it happened down in Miami in '84, right before the mutiny closed.
Well, it sounds like you were with the alligator wrestler a few years.
It ended in '89, like a lot of things in the '80s did. I couldn't support him anymore. It was too much weight on me. That's why my back's all twisted.
I assume you were literally standing next to this man, supporting his weight after the alligator accident involving 123 stitches.
You're good. Most people don't think so literally.
I've been doing this show for over a year now. It's always like this. What could be seemingly normal, innocent, a mistake of speech, it is the most bizarre, literal truth of my guess.
They're gonna fire me.
Candidly, employment lawyers don't get involved in representing employees until there is an actual termination of employment. We don't meet with employees and provide lots of advice on the phone pre-termination.
We gotta stop them before it happens. File an injunction with SAG.
An injunction with SAG? Like I said earlier, you can write something to the Director of Human Resources and or file charges with the Department of Fair Housing and Employment stating what happened to you that's age discrimination.
I wasn't talking about stopping my employer. I was talking about stopping the audience before they laugh.
Not really funny. Sometimes I wonder about our limited studio audience.
When I was playing Hillary on that TV show with the ape, it was a pilot and it didn't make it. The cameraman couldn't get through a scene without laughing.
Well, if it was that funny, why didn't the show make it?
He was laughing at our acting.
That's nothing. Sometimes in here we get booed all the way from the Culver Hotel.
Did they listen to this show there? I didn't know that. The guy who played the ape on the pilot? Oh, back in '74. He sometimes goes there and gets drunk. He can't get over how they never ran the show.
How do you feel about the show not being run? It's only been 45 years.
I won't lie to you. Should I? There isn't a day that goes by I don't think about what would have happened if Blondie and Gilroy the ape made it big. Displaced Maud. I'd be Beatrice Arthur, and the ape would be Fat Albert.
I guess that the zoo is kind of like a jail for apes with all those bars to protect the public.
Hey, can I show you something?
Okay, I think we're going to have to wait to find out what Angel is going to show me. I don't want to see it now anyways. If you want to call me about a real employment case, I can be reached during business hours at the office at 877-525-0700 for a real age discrimination case, a real sexual harassment case, 877-525-0700. The law on the show is real, the characters. You can be the judge of that. If you want to have a conversation about wrongful termination or wages owed, I'd like to talk to you at 877-525-0700. I hope you're live streaming on the Karl Gerber with a K channel on YouTube. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC, and we can't wait to find out what Angel is going to show me. She's got some weird thing in her hand.
Come back to me. Why'd you have to go and OD? Who will watch over Mrs. Beasley? Yeah, Buffy, Buffy, come back to me. Why'd you have to go?
Since 1993, the Employment Lawyers Group has been a results-oriented law firm whose goal is to get the client what they deserve. They've represented thousands of California employees who've lost their jobs, been sexually harassed, subjected to employment discrimination, or were owed wages on an individualized or group basis, such as a class action. They have a high rate of success. There are few situations involving employment law that they have not confronted. At the forefront of employee rights, they're often the first employee law firm to confront a new legal issue. For an experienced employment lawyer, call 877-525-0700. That's 877-525-0700. They have call takers standing by. Online, read more about the firm at employeelawca.com. They have offices throughout Southern California. Make your work problem theirs to solve.
Talk Radio 790 KABC News Update. I'm Tasha Stevens. Google services back online after a widespread outage that lasted for hours today. Brian Shook has more.
The outage apparently stemmed from what Google described as a network congestion issue on its cloud service. It caused issues for Google services like Gmail and YouTube, as well as other websites and apps that use the Google Cloud. Among those affected were Snapchat, Nest thermostats, and the gaming platform Discord. Google said it's going to investigate the disruption.
Police in West Virginia looking for an unusual suspect. A 15-foot python. Morgantown Police Department alerted Friday that the large snake, measuring 4 inches in diameter, escaped its enclosure while it was being transported. Apparently, the snake got out of a vehicle when its owner opened the door. The snake then climbed up a tree. Your KABC SoCal weather tonight, mostly cloudy, lows in the mid to upper 50s. More news coming up in 30 minutes. Continuing coverage at KABC.com. I'm Tasha Stevens, Talk Radio 790 KABC News.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-619-0789. That's 800-619-0789. 800-619-0789. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Your home is important. That's why Geico helps make it easy to save on homeowners insurance. Because home is more than just a place. Home is where you have a cute little reading nook for those rainy days when you want to curl up with a good book, but you don't even read, so you just sit in there during thunderstorms and scroll through memes on your phone and laugh in the darkness. The Geico Insurance Agency could help protect the dark, meme-filled corner you call home. Call Geico and see how easy it is to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. A friend of mine said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
The 6,600 watt megaphone of clear thinking. AM 790 KABC.
Talk Radio 790 KABC. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and I am Karl Gerber. Why are they laughing? Because I said my name. This is embarrassing. I want to be a serious employment discrimination lawyer. Okay, Angel, we're going to have to see the little piece of paper that isn't so little. You're kind of shoving in my face the last 10 minutes. I don't know if I have a choice. You're handing me a crumpled up page. It's newsprint.
Open it. Open it up.
It's sort of ripped in the middle of a fold. I handle a lot of rare documents of the Los Angeles historian. I have to be careful not to destroy an old document.
It's not old.
Oh, I can tell from the paper and the colors. It's faded. It's probably at least 40 years old, maybe older.
Here, I'll do it.
You're reaching across the table and grabbing. Hey, be careful. You're going to tear it more.
See, that's me. Do I look the same? Now, do you recognize me?
What is this? I don't want to describe this on the radio. It isn't appropriate.
It's an AMC Pesa advertisement.
Oh, there are a bunch of women pressing their breasts into the round-shaped glass windows on the backside.
And the big back window. See? I'm there.
Where are you? All I can see are side boobs and butts sticking out, clothed in like dolphin-like shorts with stripes on the sides.
Can't you see the big pen marks?
Let me look closer. I'd rather not. Yeah. There's a red circle around. I guess this is a person's back in the background.
Don't you see her back?
Yes, I guess that's a woman's back.
Can't you tell she's topless?
Could be. It's really hard to make her out. She's like way back there in the background with a fire hydrant pretty much covering a lot of her. Is that a dog peeing on the fire hydrant?
Huh. I never noticed that.
Actually, I think the dog might be humping the person's leg. The person I can't really make out.
That's me.
Angel, why are you carrying this torn piece of newsprint around?
In case somebody doesn't believe me that I used to play the kid on that show with Tabitha.
You didn't bring this to work, did you?
I showed it to everybody.
There is a word for this.
Pathetic. I know what you're going to say. Pathetic.
Yes, I tend to agree.
Do you know what Hashbin said?
I'm sure she's said a lot of things like yes, no, maybe, thank you. All the common expressions in English.
She never said thank you.
God, she does sound like a terrible person. I imagine she will not play well with the jury. They will take out their pent-up aggression for all the air pollution in Japan on the company, thus turning their anger into a large damage award that bears no resemblance to the actual damages you suffered. Hopefully the judge will never find that out.
Really?
No.
Hashbin said she couldn't tell me. She couldn't tell it was me in the picture.
If I were to measure this particular image, and I have some experience doing so in the construction trade, in addition to being an employment lawyer, I'd say you're about an inch tall in this picture, maybe an inch and a half, probably smaller, somewhere between 3/8 and a half inch wide in this picture.
You think I look 3/8 of an inch wide?
Well, this picture came from a different era in print journalism, one in which a lot of time was spent staging an advertisement. Lots of people are in the advertisement, and it has all sorts of different meanings, places, emphasis, meaning lost in time, and bodies that either do not exist at all anymore or do not exist as photographed on that summer day in the 70s.
It's art!
Yes, this is when time, effort, and creativity was spent on advertising art. Where did this appear?
The recycler.
Wow, shoelaces! Now that's some LA history. During the 80s, sometimes I used to splurge, buy a copy of the recycler and read every advertisement for foreign cars, and sometimes even domestic. I found both of my Carmen Gias in there, my Honda Express moped, and the Honda Elite. Actually, I think my first 4 cars came from the recycler.
Yeah, things really took a coke nosedive when they started giving that paper away. Before it went online only.
I think this foldout you have here it's really old. It's from when they gave the recycler out for free, before they did the same thing again this century. This page has got to be like pre-1975.
Really old? Is that what I am?
Well, look. There's no point in being evasive with the employment lawyer trying to figure out if you have a case. I've got to say this because it's how you are perceived.
I know. I look 75, maybe 80.
Well, you do look a lot older than your claimed age.
Okay, my hair is falling out. The 1982 nose job shrunk my nostrils. The 83 and 84 jobs didn't help. I'm missing a few teeth, one pretty much in the front. My feet are swollen to a size like you wouldn't believe.
I was wondering about your posture. Do you have a medical problem that's, throwing you off?
Oh, that's nothing. I blew out my disc supporting the boyfriend. I told you about him. It's been like that for years. That's one of the reasons why I'm not 6 feet in boots anymore. Like I could wear a non-healing boot anymore anyway.
Well, sometimes the cases are age plus another factor, like age plus disability, being that the percent of the population that has a disability under the law is pretty high by age 60.
I am not 60. I am 58.
So, what else was said other than you haven't aged graciously or gracefully?
A whole bunch of stuff. She said at my age I shouldn't be wearing t-shirts anymore or showing my midriff.
What kind of a job is this? I'm presuming it was a professional office environment.
It's not like I never fit into that Osmond's concert shirt. I know, I'm way past 250 now. It wasn't like I was trying to show stomach. Lots of washings and 150 pounds later. What do you expect?
Your manager could have said you weren't attired appropriately and not brought it back to your age.
Exactly.
Do you work in an office environment?
Here's my job description.
Okay. You are the HR support, the hash bin.
It isn't in my job description to lug around HR training materials from Hashbin's car. I told her if she wanted me to take that stuff out of her car, I'd have to be paid more.
Well, you work for a private employer. The job description doesn't create a binding contract if there's language about you being an at-will employee in the company manual or something you signed.
That's the first thing they made me sign. It said I was at will, and they can fire me at the drop of a hat, the drop of a match, the drop of a firecracker. No, drop of anything, just because they don't like my hairstyle.
Did the at-will acknowledgement really have all that in there?
I don't think it said anything about the drop of a firecracker.
All right, you're listening to Karl Gerber, Workplace Lawyer Show. This show is heard every Sunday from 7 to 8 on this station. It can be also heard on YouTube or any of the sound sharing services, including iTunes, which I understand they're going to stop doing. So we try to illustrate the points of the law through rather extreme examples with very strange guests on this show. And that's exactly what we're doing tonight. So I hope I'm not offending anybody, but if I am, that's life. Court is the real thing. You can say whatever you want in court as long as it relates to the case, and sometimes you have to. So if you feel that you'd like to get an employee lawyer about a breach of contract case or find out if the at-will language makes a difference, I'd like to talk to you at 877-525-0700 during normal business hours. That's 877-525-0700 for an employment lawyer with more than 25 years of experience, many offices in California, who knows how to script this so it's real. Most of the stuff actually is coming from cases I've done, believe it or not. I can be reached at 877-525-0700. I'm Karl Gerber. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC, and I can't wait to find out what Angel's going to say next.
Who will watch over Mrs. Beasley? Yeah, Buffy, Buffy, come back to me.
The Employment Lawyers Group is a results-driven law firm whose goal is to get the right result for the client. They have represented employees with a high rate of success since 1993 throughout the state of California. They're only paid and if they are able to collect money from the employer, so there's not any upfront fees or costs in order to hire them. They have represented thousands of employees who've been terminated from their jobs, sexually harassed, subjected to employment discrimination, or are owed wages in an individualized or group basis such as a class action. Call 877-525-0700. That's 877-525-0700. They have operators standing by. They can also be reached at employeelawca.com. They have offices throughout Southern California. Hire them and make your workplace problem theirs to solve.
I am Welby Torres, owner and lead tech at AirTech Automotive. When a job well done is out of here and you see this customer's face lit up, you can't fake that. And that's satisfaction to me. What am I working for? To treat every car like I treat mine.
At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for. HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll. Informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
Hi, my name's Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers in San Francisco. With my Spark Cash Card from Capital One, I earn unlimited 2% cash back on all my business purchases. Last year, I redeemed $115,000 in cash back. Yeah, $115,000. And that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers pay for real stories. Credit approval required. Message and data rates may apply. Up to 8 messages a month. TNC and privacy policy found at purple.com. Reply help for help or stop to cancel.
Not to brag, but the Purple mattress is a pretty big deal, and so is our Purple Memorial Day sale. For a limited time, get up to $100 off and a free set of luxury Purple sheets when you buy a mattress. That's up to $229 in savings, our biggest sale ever. What makes Purple such a big deal? It's the only mattress that gives your back the firm support it needs and the soft comfort you crave at the same time, no matter your body type or favorite sleep position. Dreading those hot summer nights? Purple's one-of-a-kind comfort technology naturally stays cool all night so you don't sweat the bed. Not to mention it isolates motion, is non-toxic, and is made right here in the USA. Because the best rest of your life starts on Purple.
Don't miss out on Purple's humongous Memorial Day sale. Get $100 off and free sheets by texting SUPPORT to 84888. Shop the best deal yet by texting SUPPORT to 84888. That's SUPPORT to 84888.
The beacon of common sense. AM 790 KABC.
Talk Radio 790 KABC. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and I'm Karl Gerber, a real workplace lawyer, and I'm over 40 and I'm getting close to 50. So you think I can make an ageist joke at work just because I'm in that protected group? No, I can't. So tonight we've got Angel here, and I want to get back to her because I hope she's not all lit up. Even as someone is at will, Angel, they're an at will employee. They can't be fired if they're over 50 for like a guy losing his hair or a woman having gray hair as if she's over 40.
Why would it be different ages for men and women?
It's not. I was just giving an example. Age discrimination is 40 and older. Employers, that is, can't fire someone due to an age-related characteristic.
I was 56 when they hired me.
You've been there 2 years?
Yeah, but the last years were hard. Not always sober. I really started falling apart during the last 2 years.
Was the comment about not aging graciously part of a conversation about other matters? Were you talking in a similar fashion? The employer always tries to, put a spin on things that you're affirmatively engaged in the kind of banner you're complaining about.
I am not going to lie to you. I have discussed my irritable
there is a small lime green pill for that.
I've tried it. No bueno for me.
You might not have aged graciously. I just had to say it. But a company can't fire you for your level of aging if you're over 40. If you're under 40, they can fire you because of your age.
That's crazy. They fired my granddaughter for looking too old.
How old is she?
26.
If they only want very young-looking 26-year-olds and think women have shelf lives, that's gender discrimination, but not age discrimination.
She does have my genes. Even worse.
She was born when you were 33?
Maybe she's not 26.
Do you have a medical condition which makes you look older than you are?
That doesn't make me feel very good.
Well, a medical condition could lead into genetic or disability discrimination.
Isn't age enough?
True. A case only needs one legal theory. It's more focused if there's only one legal theory.
My grandgirl. She's got my genes all right. Here's a picture of her.
How old is she again?
She's got my genes. She started drinking at 11, smoking about the same time. She did some weight yo-yoing. She had 5 kids. I don't think there's a drug she didn't go on and do. Oh, I think my lucky stars, I was one and done. There were a lot of close calls, but I was fortunate enough to be one and done.
This might not sound very nice, but the world is also thankful, the listeners at least, that you're one and done.
I can't fault you on that. Honesty is admiration.
What else, if anything, has been said about your age?
Where? The supermarket, the gas station, the sex shop? Where hasn't been something been said about my age?
I was just referring to work, but if your age is the topic down at the sex shop, the issue becomes, are you already immune to these kind of comments so they aren't affecting you? Or have you already been kicked down over your age and this is deepening the wounds?
I am not going to lie. I look a lot older than I am. I know I didn't make the right life choices, doing heroin for a summer, meth for, how long was it? Drinking all the vodka. Do you do weed?
You forgot the coke, cigarettes, yo-yoing. What else?
Supporting the boyfriend who used to wrestle alligators. He weighed damn near 300 pounds. Holding him up all the time did a number on my back.
Well, you've been through some hard times since Bewitched.
There's been ups and downs. Mostly downs.
Maybe you should try to keep your job.
The last 2 years, woo-wee, have I aged. There ain't no face left, just wrinkles. Do you think I've aged gracefully?
If you asked has-been Nat and she responded yes or no, there's a question whether her response was unwelcome. If you ask someone their opinion on a protected thing under discrimination laws, such as, do you think I look old? Do you like my butt? You have pre-qualified the response of welcome.
I never thought of it like that.
This segment is sponsored by nobody.
Can I show you something else?
I've seen enough today.
Check it out. My phone's all loaded up. This is me in the Light Bright commercial.
Oh, cool. Everything is so mod looking. Must have been like 65.
Early 66.
Why do you keep this loaded up on your phone?
Just in case anybody wants to see my work.
Is that representative of your work? You can't be more than 10 or 11.
I haven't done a whole lot after 71. Well, there was the recycler spread, the Girl in the Ape show. Oh, yeah, there's another picture. It was late 78, maybe 79. I was doing a lot of drugs back then and got desperate. Check this out.
Oh, that's Rhemus Helms. I mean, Helms is thing. Even I can identify that in the lineup. This is Porno.
Can you believe it? I had sex with Rhemus Helms.
Gosh, that really is hard to believe. Not because his thing isn't probably the most significant cultural icon of the 20th century. Well, look at you now.
And what do you mean by that?
It isn't very nice, but sometimes people really do change. What I meant was, now you're clean and sober, and I'd never imagine you doing a thing like in the film. I mean, right?
That's nothing. Why would a girl pass up an opportunity to experience Rhemus Helms?
The thing is, maybe you should forget about all the ungracious aging and focus on who you are now.
I should focus on my job. It's the first job I've had in ages.
What were you doing since 71, besides fueling all of your substance abuses?
I spent a whole lot on drugs. The booze, eating disorders and tooth decay, the rotting mouth, the false teeth that fell out, the ruptured implants. I don't mean teeth, that was later. But mostly what I was doing was resting my laurels on the bit parts I had in the late 60s and early 70s.
Oh, gosh, Angel, that's sad. I wish you'd taken charge of your life 45 or more years ago.
A lot of people ask me why I carry around the recycler ad.
Has anyone said anything about the Light Bright commercial queued up on your phone?
It's been addressed.
Other than the comment about not aging graciously, have any actions at work been taken towards your age?
That's the thing. I just know they want me out now that I'm 58.
Well, you were 56 when you were hired, or are you really older?
I was 2 years younger when they hired me. I think they have a thing about being 58.
Oh, but not a thing about being 57.
Heinz 57? I've always wondered why the 57.
Well, I believe it means 57 varieties of pickles.
Wow! That explains everything.
I'm not sure how.
It's just like the 76 in Union 76 gasoline. 1776. Don't you get it? The year the Union was formed? 57 is the in-between age. 56 is okay, but 58 means it's over at my company.
This is one of those many times on the show when a guest's logical reasoning is warped.
Maybe they'll bring back the show.
I'll not bewitch everyone, but Tabitha is dead.
They could still do the show if the actors are dead. It would be more bewitching that way. Hell, I may as well be dead. I look dead, don't I?
I'd have to say you haven't aged graciously.
See? You said it. Everybody thinks that.
I don't know what came over me.
Be honest. Do I look 58?
No!
38?
Definitely not!
Over or under 58?
I'm gonna have to go with over.
Over or under 68?
Do we have to play this game?
I won't leave until you answer truthfully.
Fine. You could be 80. You could be 90.
I could be 60. I could be 70. I could be 80. I am so close. I am so close. I am so close.
Isn't that a Sparks song?
Lots of reasons. I came so close. I came so close. I came so close to having my own TV show.
We can't go back there. This is sad, people. Oh, this is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC. Have a wonderful week of workplace abuse.
Family affair, but since Buffy's gone, I don't really care. I've changed the channel, I'm sorry to say. Now I even watch.
This show furnished by Karl Gerber and Employment Lawyers Group.